Guys, what's going on? This is Mini Guy Doug with Daddy Joel. This is the Punisher's Paintball YouTube channel, and we are coming at you today with a comparison between two titans of paintball markers for the entry-level realm. This is the Dye CZR Plus, relatively new to the market, versus the Planet Eclipse Etha 3. Also somewhat new, not quite as new, been out for a couple of years. It's their most recent addition to a long line of markers. Same with the CZR Plus. This should be a good one. These guys are comparable by price. The same person might be shopping for either one of these, and I think it's a valuable time for you guys to be spending, to be hearing all these things about these markers. So, without any further ado, please stick around, subscribe if you haven't, leave a comment, like the video, and we will catch you after the intro. Alrighty, so, Joel, would you like to do the honors and start with packaging first?
Yeah, they come with boxes.
Yep, cardboard boxes. The price range these things are at, that's pretty typical. I will say though, one big up that I'll give off the bat for this cardboard box over that one is this one comes with foam. A little softer for your marker, a little nicer to sit in.
Yeah, fair.
Etha 3 not so much, comes in just this kind of hard cardboard.
I think really it's what's in the boxes that makes the most difference.
Yeah.
And I think for me, I might have to pick Planet. Just because one, you got a color manual,
Ownership card, and a quick start guide.
Okay, so a quick start guide, barrel cover, Allen keys, spare parts bag, and lube. So
okay.
Pretty standard, guys. Like, I mean, if I'm gonna pick one or the other, I think that the Etha 3 has some nice stuff with it. The parts kit, the labeled parts kit's nice.
I hear that.
The color manual's good, and you get a little bit nicer of a barrel cover with it. So if we're being super finicky between the two, I'm picking the Etha 3.
Just to show people, so you do get slot for your barrel and your barrel back. I actually don't think you could fit a full-length barrel in here if you do upgrade your barrel, so that's kind of one. But you get your battery, your lube, wrench kit, parts kit, and a barrel stock as well, but it's not quite as nice as the one that comes in the Etha 3. So I would agree. Honestly, the biggest thing that makes me agree though is how much nicer the manual is in the Planet Eclipse packaging.
Yeah, same for me. And for being someone that maintains these markers on a regular basis, having like a labeled parts kit is nice. I mean, Dye definitely does a good job with their parts kit, and they have some color L-rings and some extra screws and stuff in that parts kit, which is nice. But yeah, the manual and the parts kit for me makes me pick the packaging on the Planet gun.
Fair. So we'll go with Planet for packaging. Next up, barrel. I am going to go with CZR Plus.
So am I. 100%.
Tell them why, Joel.
So the CZR Plus comes with the ULI insert, so it's a composite barrel, it's a plastic barrel, but what's nice about this is it comes with a 12-inch plastic composite tip, but it is the same threads on the back, so that if you want to take a ULI tip and screw that in, you can, and then you can upgrade and get extra inserts, so you can have a 14-inch ULI barrel for an extra maybe 50, 75 bucks, which is super nice.
And just to confirm real quick, price point, 400.
350
Sorry,
to
350.
350 to 4,
depending on your...
and 550.
Okay, so that still doesn't even put you at, like at most that puts you at 450.
You're still underneath the Planet marker.
You're still $100 underneath Planet.
Yeah. And then the Planet marker already comes with a 14.5 2-inch or 2-piece 14.5-inch 2-piece shaft barrel system. That is a 688 back, and Planet doesn't really offer a lot of other backs size-wise, so you're pretty much stuck into this. It is auto-cocker thread, both of these markers are.
So you would have to get a whole new barrel kit if you wanted to be able to size your paint.
So 100% the Dye marker wins when it comes to the barrel system. Next up.
Neck. Is that one aluminum?
I believe it is, yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I am going to give the feed neck portion to Planet Eclipse. Now, I will say, I actually do like being able to get an Allen wrench in and kind of fine tune how tight I can get something like this, but I don't trust that plastic and just like being so kind of, and I get it, that's a huge cost savings, it keeps the weight down, not a terrible feature, but if I'm comparing it to something else, that might make that extra 150 bucks or 200 bucks worth it for me.
Fair. Next up is and I agree with all of that, I'm picking the feed neck on the Planet marker. Next up is the eye system between the two.
I am going to go with the Dye.
So am I.
I actually don't hate the eye pipe.
Yeah, so am I. So the Etha 3 has a reflective system, very similar to their high-end markers like the G-Tech 180R, the CS3, the GOR5. That is nice, but it is not toolless. Now, with the Dye CZR Plus, you do get that breech sleeve system, and it comes with a 4th gen eye pipe, which is nice. And that eye pipe does a good job of protecting your eyes from ever getting dirty. And if you have any issues, you just take out the bolt, take out the eye pipe, and take your squeegee
through it, and
you're good to go.
You are Gucci Mane.
It is basically the same eye system as in their high-end markers. Technology is the same.
It is. They've been running that forever. I actually owned a predecessor to this, and I got it in 2016. So in 9 years of owning it, never once have I broken that thing apart to actually clean the eyes themselves. I just clean the eye pipe.
There you go.
So,
all right. So both of us are picking the CZR Plus when it comes to eyes. Next up, battery changing between the two.
Where is it in the foregrip for this thing?
Yeah. So the Etha 3 offers toolless battery changing. So you're just going to click this out, these two tabs, and your 9-volt pops out of the foregrip. So 100%, you've got to pick the Etha 3 when it comes to battery changing because
this is still 3 screws.
It's old school technology.
Old school, man. But for the price point, it makes sense.
Correct.
That is something you will see on most markers, but huge advantage to the Etha 3 on the battery changing.
Correct. Next up between the two, we've got the trigger system between these two markers. Doug, what do you think between the two?
I like the trigger shape on the CZR Plus more, but it just feels flimsy, but it still to me is better than the trigger on the Etha 3.
Interesting. I'm going to actually pick the Etha 3 on this one. I like the way that I like the blade style trigger on it. It is aluminum. That is aluminum as well. I don't know. It feels better when I'm shooting the Etha 3.
I like the shape of this trigger better for me. I'm not a huge fan of the blade style triggers, and it's just too close. So.
And as far as adjustment points between the two, they're going to be similar. They're not going to be like your 5-way adjustable like the CS3 or the GOR5.
These look like they're what, 3-way, 2-way?
3 or 4-way.
Okay.
Yes, you're going to have pre-travel, post-travel, and then some sort of, retention, or not retention
Spray
system,
tension
but
thing.
tension system on the, to see how much it returns. I can't talk today. Jesus. All right, next up, board/programming. They're both LED. There's not much there.
No, that's kind of a lot. Neither are going to be fun to program.
Correct.
They're not very smart guns. There's not a whole lot you can do with them. You can do what you need to do, but you can set BPS.
Are you going to pick one or the? I mean, I'm going to say that's a wash between the two.
I don't know Planet Guns as well as I know the Dye platform for this, but both of them, if you ask me right now to program it, couldn't tell you a thing, can't remember, too complicated. So
yeah,
it's a wash. They both suck. That's what you get for the price range.
They're both not OLED, but people are watching this. We're trying to refer to high-end markers that are OLED, that are they're going to talk to you. They're going to display what is going on. These markers, if you have your manual, it's not difficult to change these settings. It's just a little bit more work, basically, between the two.
Less intuitive, but
similar.
just as possible.
Yeah. They're going to work very similar as far as how you tune them. You're going to pull the trigger, turn the marker on. It's going to go into programming mode. A bunch of different colors. You got to know what the colors mean. Go in, change the settings, get back out, turn the marker off, turn the marker back on, and that setting has been changed on both these markers, so they work very similar. There's not much there when it comes to board/programming.
Nope.
Next up, ASA between the two.
I'm gonna go with the pops. I think I like the pops on the Etha 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the pops as well because the lever system on the CZR Plus is just. I'm not crazy about it. It's a little difficult to engage. There's got a plastic portion. To be fair, the Pops ASA, the Pops portion of it is plastic as well. It's just a little bit more robust of an ASA, and it doesn't have a macro line tied to it. So for that reason alone, I think it's a win on the Planet Eclipse Etha 3.
Also that.
Next up, we're talking about ergonomics between the two markers. Doug.
I actually like the CZR Plus.
Really?
I do. It's a little shorter, which is valid. It's got the macro line, which is valid. I get it. People hate that. But, I hate the tapering on that. I wish it was either all fat or all skinny.
What Doug's referring to is the foregrip is very chunky on this. The trigger frame is very thin, and then the ASA is huge.
This thing
doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And the body of it is thicker. It's slimmed down compared to the Etha 2, the predecessor to this, but it's still it's still bigger and thicker.
This thing is like your friend that's like all legs, no torso, but his arms are long as hell. Like his body just doesn't make sense. That's literally the Etha 3.
For me, I'm picking the Etha 3. It just feels more like a high-end marker, whereas that feels like the CZR Plus feels like a marker from 10 years ago, because it's got
the design is from 10 plus years ago.
It's got the macro line. It's got the thin regulator. The regulator's in the front, like the older school markers.
And it spins.
Yeah, I do like the
UL frame.
The UL frame,
actual trigger frame in the back. It's got this hourglass shape. So guys, if you go and Google the Proto Rail, you will see some striking similarities from that to this. Not much has changed. Yeah. They've updated things here and there, but overall, very similar marker.
But ergonomically, there's no macro line here. I like the trigger frame better. It feels, the trigger itself feels more like a high-end trigger. I hate the foregrip. To your point, it's thick, it's girthy, and it's plastic, so it's... But, once again, guys, we're talking about a much cheaper price point than your, $1,000 price point or $1,500, $1,700 price point. So, we are being critical here, but...
Where you save costs, the manufacturer saves costs too.
Yeah.
So...
I pick ergonomics Etha 3, he picks the CZR Plus.
It does. Next up is going to be the weight. And there are batteries in both of these currently. So let's turn this bad boy on. I can't see over top of it.
Yeah, let's scooch it back a little bit so people can see and I can see. Okay, so we've got, I'm going to tear that. And I'm going to tear that again. There we go. Okay, we're at 0. Etha 3 comes in at 2 pounds, 1.7 ounces. And then we've got the CZR Plus, and that's going to come in at 1 pound, 14.2. Big difference.
Points to the CZR Plus. Yeah, big
Points to the CZR Plus.
It's a noticeably smaller gun, so that does kind of make sense. But always good to know what you're working with. So we're just going to put our little display pieces back in here. So beyond the weight of the two of them, let's talk about maintenance, Joel.
Maintenance is going to be, in my opinion, oh man, it's going to be a little bit easier. The Etha 3 is going to be easier maintenance-wise.
Yeah.
One, the way to get to your bolt system. Jesus, I'm just going to set this down, dude. Like, I keep on reaching over it. Okay, so the bolt system on the Etha 3 is just going to pop up and pull out, and that is very simple to maintenance. It's a gamma core, which is tried and true, and then maintaining your regulator is all here. It's 2 big screws that can't really get stripped unless you're being really dumb with it, and this pulls out, and it is a spring regulator.
Yes.
Now, if I remember correctly, the CZR Plus, the hyper regulator still is a shim stack. So for people that aren't familiar with shim stack, it could be an issue of you pull it out and you're like, oh, you lose orientation of it, and you've got a problem because you got to put it back same orientation on that shim stack. And then on top of that, trying to...
It's toolless, but it's a nightmare. I'm having a real hard time trying to get it out.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah,
Let me try. So yeah, I mean, it's just... Now there is a screw back there. If you tighten it, you're only going to have to hand tighten the CZR Plus, so that is nice. And it's got finger grooves, but yeah, I mean, it's just easier with the Etha 3.
I would say the Etha 3 as well.
So okay,
build quality and reliability. I have had no issues with my die. It was the Rise previously. It was the previous version of this. Literally never had a problem with it. Not once.
There you go.
I haven't really seen Ethas have problems either.
No.
It's Planet Eclipse. And you will, if you're new to the channel or if you've been here, you will see me talk a lot about die and their reliability with some of their higher end markers. But the funniest, most confusing thing to me is that their low end marker, the CZR Plus, the Rise, the Rail, they don't really have problems. So on this one, I will call it a wash for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, build quality and reliability and all that stuff, I've got to take the Planet Eclipse marker, and no, nothing against die on this, but I've just had really good luck with the reliability on the Etha 3s. With your point though, Doug, I haven't had any Rises or CZRs coming into our store and have issues either. For me, it's not so much the reliability as is the build quality, and for me, the build quality comes into the plastic composite of the Etha 3 feels more solid. You've got a metal barrel, you've got a metal feed neck, you've got a metal trigger.
That's fair.
And that's really why I'm picking the build quality on the Etha 3 over the CZR Plus.
That's fair.
All right, next up, tech support. Both great.
He has good experiences with both. Planet is always at events and local events.
Yeah.
Dye is a little more present at scenario events. So credit to them for that. I would probably lean Planet just because they are more present.
Yeah, I'm going to have to lean Planet too, because what Planet does is, logistically, is they have master techs all over the United States, and they send these master techs to events throughout the summertime to support basically no matter if you've, as long as you've got a relatively larger event, chances are there's going to be a master tech from Planet Eclipse. Dye, and to be fair, all of the other gun manufacturers do not do that. So it is unique to Planet Eclipse, and for that reason, we pick tech support on Planet markers over pretty much everybody in the industry.
Just about.
Because it really is a game changer. You know, if you're at a regional event and the only marker manufacturer that's there is a Planet Eclipse, then that is an upper hand when it comes to customer service and tech support.
Massively.
So
absolutely, yes.
And then last but not least, guys, upgradability before we go on shoot these markers. Upgradability between the two, I mean, there's not much that you can do to either one of these markers. There's no mech frames, there's none of that stuff. There might be some trigger options for the Etha 3, but who cares?
Hey, you know what? I have a thought. I have an ad for this. Since it would be cheap, both of them, we could argue, need some kind of barrel help.
Mm-hmm.
It's cheaper to get that done for the CZR Plus.
So you're saying upgradability goes to the... Yeah, that's where I was going with this. I would say so as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say, because you basically have to upgrade the barrel on this if you want like a, high-end barrel system. You have to do something with this, and you're spending probably at least $100 to get into a better barrel. So then you're at $550 for the marker plus another. Whereas like this, you're already, $150 to $200 cheaper, and then you only have to buy an insert and a tip, and you're already got a high-end barrel system out of it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fair. I'd say CZR Plus.
Fair. All right.
So with that said, we're gonna go outside. I'm gonna shoot him.
All right. We'll see you guys back here in a little bit.
All right, guys. Outside time. Dye CZR Plus. Got my tank on it, my loader, some Falcon Pro from World Cup. So let's see how this thing's handling. I do want to actually chrono because I like to be like that. So we got 88, 300, 99.
I'm not able to focus here.
98, 305, 95, 96, 307. It's up there.
It's up there for sure.
It's up there.
I chronoed the Etha 3 right around 280, 290.
I'll do it again. I'll pop it just for the people. Here you go, Dye CZR Plus. Honestly, dude, like for a very inexpensive gun, really smooth shooter. I actually really don't hate how that shoots. And keep in mind, that's also with a shorter barrel. This is what, 12-inch barrel?
It is.
So
it sound signature-wise, it's definitely going to be a little bit louder.
It's also a literal plastic barrel, so it's going to vibrate more. It's going to give more sound, but feels really nice to shoot as far as bolt function and all that. Next up, Etha 3. I don't know what firing mode we're in here, but that's fine. Grab my chrono. There's a loader. Loader's on. We are at 84, 92, 89, 87. Close enough for me. It's fine.
Very close.
Barrel's also not fully on, just like in our other video.
Not bad.
All right.
Oh.
Let's check that out here. I'm gonna turn it off. Keep it rolling, Joel. Let's keep it real for the people.
Keeping it rolling.
Marker is off. Marker is degassed. I'm gonna look at the breach.
CZR Plus.
CZR Plus. I'm gonna take this off. So let's check out the barrel.
Back on the Planet Eclipse.
It's a fat back. A lot of threads. Ooh, that's right at the breach, dog. I don't know. Nothing in the breach though. It's only right by the barrel.
Yeah.
That's a way far back barrel break. That's close.
It is for sure.
Well, we got a squeegee, so I guess where'd it go? Are you hiding it from me?
Yeah, it's
Is it toast?
Below. That's right. Yeah, it's.
Oh, actually.
We are.
Well, guys, we're gonna go with my opinion on the shot quality here. So, my take, genuinely, not even counting the fact that it broke a ball. This is old paint, so it's fine. It's gonna happen here and there. I actually prefer the shot quality to CZR Plus. The shot quality on the Etha 3 is functional, but as with a lot of the markers that kind of follow that style, like with the 180, with the CS3, it's kind of just click, clack. It's pure function. Like I feel it responding, but it doesn't feel good or satisfying.
That's fair.
Whereas with this, I don't know, something about it. It's just really super smooth, super kind of poofy, spoofy, like. I mean, it just feels really nice. I think it sounds nice too. It's got a good sound to it, despite being loud because of the barrel. But yeah, man, shot quality wise, I'm giving it to this. Efficiency, Joel, off the top of my head.
I honestly don't know. We've never tested this CZR Plus efficiency, so we're gonna have
guys,
to
that's a video right there. We'll get it to you soon. Don't worry. But shot quality, efficiency, paint handling.
Yeah.
Well,
I want to shoot the Etha 3. We're going to clean her up and see what happens.
All right, Joel, that's on you.
Okay, so here we are. We've got the Etha 3 cleaned up. Still the same paint. Very, very brittle paint, guys. But to be fair, CZR Plus did it just fine. No issues. I'm going to shoot the Etha 3 first, and then we're going to go to CZR Plus, give you guys my impression. Well, there you guys have it.
Handling.
I think that's been one of the first videos that we've ever done that definitively during this test it was shown to be a problem. Okay, we got the CZR Plus.
And it's not even that bad out today. It's like in the 40s.
It's in the 40s. This paint's super brittle and old, but to be fair, CZR Plus is doing it just fine, so. All right, so there you guys have it. CZR Plus did with no problems. I was way in there, man. I was like hesitating.
Yeah.
I thought there might be one where it chops, but it handled it great. You know, shot quality between the two markers. I like the Etha 3.
Really?
I do. I like the Etha 3 better. And, and fair warning here, guys. I'm wearing this today because I couldn't find my Punishers, not because I'm partial towards one or the other.
I just like the MLPB.
I couldn't find my Punishers hoodie today, so that's why I'm wearing this. I'm not trying to send signals or anything else like that. This was just a lot louder for me. I like how it shoots, don't get me wrong. And it shot super straight. So the CZR Plus definitely was nice, but it was definitely louder, and for me, that's a game changer. Now, if I strap that 15-inch barrel on, or 14.5-inch barrel on this, I'm sure that would definitely affect things. But we're trying to compare stock to stock. With that said, paint handling efficiency, I mean, the Etha 3 ate ass twice. So, so there you have it. So there's that to be said about that, whereas this shot absolute ropes.
Wait, paint handling and shot quality, not efficiency. I just caught that. Yeah. Either way, you get the point.
Yeah,
paint handling and shot quality.
So I pick the Etha 3 for the shot quality. We're picking the die for the paint handling and efficiency between the two.
I'm picking shot quality as well for the die, so we're going to disagree on that one. But.
Yeah. So, all right. So there you guys have it. And as far as what was the last thing? Efficiency. We don't have numbers on this, so stay tuned. We'll do a test on this to see what that number looks like. And I don't even know if we've got an efficiency test for the Etha 3.
I don't think we do, boss.
Yeah, so stay tuned. That's two easy videos that we need to do for you guys. So we will see you guys back in the studio. It's a little chilly. It's a little windy outside to talk about overall value and which one we're going to pick if you're looking for your first entry-level beginner marker. So thank you guys.
Okay.
Oh, all right. So, what'd you think?
I like the way the CZR Plus shoots. I really like the way it shoots.
And I like the way the Etha 3 shot, but you know what?
I think you like how well it shoots because it's just extra lubed and slicked up with all that paint that it was breaking. That's my thought on that personally.
So yeah, I mean the Etha 3 did not handle paint well. We were shooting super brittle paint, and I thought it might be a hopper sensitivity issue with my Spire, but then we were both sitting there and kind of trying to figure it out, and we did the same. We were doing another comparison video while we were out there, and it didn't do that with the other
three other markers,
and it didn't do that. So basically, what that boils down to is there was issues with the paint handling on the Etha 3.
There were issues with the Etha 3. So
whereas that thing shot absolute lasers for what, 2 hoppers?
At least 2 loaders on camera.
Yeah.
Plus doing stuff off camera.
So paint handling, I prefer the shot quality on the Etha 3. You prefer the shot quality on that. Hard to argue with the paint handling when you have, you know, 2 of the same situation.
Right.
And then efficiency, guys.
We don't have any data.
Stay
for
tuned.
that. You'll see when I put the scores up. I'm gonna leave that blank.
Yeah.
There's nothing to put.
Yeah. Stay tuned. I think that like the Gamma Core's probably gonna win on that, but I could be wrong.
If I'm gonna try to remember, so again, different gun, but same family. What I was using, the Rise. The Rise.
Oh, okay.
We got third at MSXL some years ago when I was still D5, and I was using the Rise at that point. I was shooting a minimum of I was shooting 7 or so pods every point, maybe 8. Now that was running me out of air on a 77.
Okay.
So
yeah. So we'll see.
Reliably a loader and 7 pods a couple years ago.
Yeah, we'll see. And this is the Gamma Core, and the Gamma Core usually averages about right around 1,500 shots, which is a hopper and like 10 pods. So
it probably will be more efficient, but I want to actually do a video for that, or 2 videos for that.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that, and we'll do the efficiency numbers on those. So we're going to keep it watched. Okay. Last but not least, we're talking about value here. Between these two markers, I think that like the Etha 3, in my opinion, feels like a more high-end marker, but you are definitely paying significantly more money for the Etha 3 compared to the CZR Plus.
That is not an insignificant amount of dollars.
No, it's not. It's not for sure. Especially like if you look at it from a percentage increase, it's a lot, right? So with that said, you're spending $350 to $400 for the CZR Plus. You're spending $550 for the Etha 3. Which one are you picking?
Oh, CZR Plus every time.
I knew you were gonna say that.
It does everything I need. Absolutely everything I need. It doesn't break paint. It shoots well.
Oh, man.
I'll save the money and buy paint instead.
Yeah, I think from a straight value perspective, I have to pick the CZR Plus 2. You're spending more money for the Etha 3. Yes, you're getting some premium features on the Etha 3, but you know, we basically said that the barrel beat on this, the eye system beat on this, the trigger was a question mark, and ergonomically Doug liked it.
Shot quality, you like the
shot quality, and then paint handling. So yeah, I mean, for me it's the barrel. For me, I really like the fact that you can get a ULI barrel system.
That's huge. And you're still at less than the Etha 3.
Yeah, yeah. So for that reason, I've got to pick the CZR Plus when it comes to that.
I'm with it.
So there you guys have it.
I'm with it. Guys, thank you for watching. We really appreciate you taking the time. I will put the scores right here. I have to say this every time because I've been forgetting. I've been very forgetful lately. So the scores, final scores, right here.
Thank you guys for watching.
For what you will. We really appreciate you taking the time. Please subscribe to the channel. Ask us your questions in the comments. We love answering questions. It always gives us ideas for new videos. We're really happy to find you guys. And yeah, use the links in the description to grab either one of these bad boys from Punishers PB, and we'll talk to you guys next time.